Good morning. Thank you, Richard. I'd like to thank you all for coming here again. Look at the turnout. We filled a room here at Resorts World. It's a really fantastic thing, but it's also showing the strength of brand RHA and what we're providing to not just members, but you have come from outside of our membership, and I thank you for that. As Richard said, I am very humbled to be here and in the end of my 4th year of your RHA chair. I'm massively privileged with that. Like many of you, I've come from the membership. I'm an operator myself of a general haulage business in Gloucestershire, which I'm very lucky and proud to run, with a lot of families that work for my family. Sons, daughters, husbands, wives work for us. So we really are part of the grassroots, and I'm immensely proud to say that and to represent you and carry your messages out there to the wider world and our country's decision makers. One of my privileges as RHA chair is I get to speak to many other operators, their colleagues, and people working in or in relation to our sectors. These conversations, like the ones we're going to have today, remind me that there are so many different moving parts to the job that we do, moving people and goods safely from A to B across this nation and across international borders. Collaboration, as Richard spoke about, and it's all of us working together to accommodate our own priorities whilst reinforcing our commonalities that support commercial transport to be the facilitative and effective ecosystem that the country needs it to be. This is why we expanded our membership horizons, and trucks, coaches, vans have shared challenges, shared needs, and benefit from a shared voice. This commonality we talk about, which is evident by the breadth of people we have in the room today, is also what roots transport logistics unequivocally as a chief enabler in the economic mix. In short, what affects us affects the wider economy and affects the general public. Driving the economy. This is the most crucial point we make when we're articulating new ideas to support business. That principle or narrative runs through everything we do as a trade association. We have changed and developed our narrative over the last 4 years, building relationships and familiarity with the country's decision makers, making them understand members' needs, wants, desires, and challenges. This is vital, the vital work of a trade association representing you. This narrative is also what helps bind the RHA with other trade bodies, other stakeholders, as we continue to build strong relationships as trusted partners to power an economy that benefits everybody. Campaigning for the industry. Every solution we at the RHA recommend comes with wider economic benefits as spec. And that's something we nailed in the set piece report we published. Someone didn't listen to Ian, did they? Get him, Ian. That's maybe less my point. And it's something we nailed in the set piece report we published shortly after the new government took over last summer, which marshalled our key campaign asks to align with their growth missions. And we've built on that platform since the key pieces of work that set out our vision to support those aspirations. We were very pleased that the incoming government pledged to reform planning rules, a long-standing ask of ours, as they agreed that red tape that has long frustrated new developments from seeing the light of day. Even though the reforms have not gone as far as we'd hoped yet, it is a crucial enabler to help the government deliver on ambitious house building plans and programmes of 1.5 million new homes by 2029. Better roads. We're clear that a significantly improved network is a must, with congestion currently costing a UK economy more than £30 billion a year in delays and associated lost productivity. We urge solid commitment from the government to heavily invest in our roads and their National Highway Strategic Delivering Plan later this year. More key infrastructure projects need to follow the Lower Thames crossing that got its long-awaited green light earlier this year, and the A66 Northern Transpennine project similarly. On the latter, we are pleased to inform the former Prime Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, his team asked us to facilitate a member visit for him to one of our members in the constituency, showing before the successful announcement. This is how the RHA is working, not just with the current government, but the rest of the decision makers that influence these plans. Recruitment. I'm sure Richard won't mind me sharing with you that he used it as an opportunity to promote our skills report, which sets out why we need 200,000 new lorry drivers over the next 5 years at a steady rate of 40,000 each year to facilitate the growth that government wants to deliver. Only this morning, I've heard so many of you speak about we are now struggling with drivers yet again. And something from my industry, mechanics. Getting mechanics to keep us compliant is an everyday challenge for a business like mine. Decarbonisation. We should also take it as recognition of the quality of our campaigning that the Bank of England has complemented our Future of Fleets report. I'd like to thank everyone in this room who contributed to the Net Zero survey which it summarised. That revealed in stark terms how a lack of infrastructure and concerns about costs and vehicle performance are holding operators back from investing in the zero emissions vehicles. 75% of coach operators and 70% of hauliers surveyed told us that they have no immediate plans to do so. That's a huge challenge to overcome and will be a key topic today. Many of us will also be concerned about the Employment Rights Bill, and inheritance tax changes will all affect our businesses. I'm sure these will be also hot topics today when we're networking throughout the day, as will the imminent entry-exit system, which will see the 90, 100, 180 rules strictly enforced, signalling more uncertainty for hauliers and coach operators on international work. Freight crime. Many of you would have seen me moaning on the last 4 years and before I became your chair about driver welfare facilities. I employ families. I expect those people to drive my vehicles and be safe and secure in their daily jobs. On a positive note, I'm really pleased to see how freight crime is now being taken more seriously outside of our industry. Interest is unprecedented and comes as organised crime gangs have cost the economy more than £1 billion since 2020, according to NAVSIS. There were nearly 5,000 recorded offences last year flagged as freight crime, costing our industry alone more than 110 million. Realistically, we all know that there was a lot more of this that just wasn't reported. And what we should never lose sight of amid these big numbers is that every one of those crimes creates victims. More often than not, a driver parked on the roadside or other unsecure location because there's nowhere safe for he or she to go. There's nothing really new in any of this, of course. People have always stolen from commercial vehicles, and sadly, they always will. We're realistic about that. But what is changing is that these conversations have broken into the public and political consciousness, and that is vital, and that is the work that we will continue to strive to do. A lot of this is down to how the RHA is leading on this, an unwavering support of members and others in this industry. I must also pay tribute to the trade journalists in the room who helped keep this issue alive for many years before their broadcast and national newspaper counterparts actually cottoned on. But cotton on they have, and outlets including The Times, The Mail, LBC, The Sun and others telling stories as we repeat our asks for more funding for NAVSIS, a specific reporting code for freight crime and stiffer sentencing. Even better, we're working with the BBC on a half-hour documentary involving some of our members that's due to air in the next couple of months. Watch out for that in due course. The real barometer of our progress to tackle this scourge is upcoming second reading of Rachel Taylor MP's Freight Crime Bill in Parliament. She's been a true advocate for us on this campaign, as both chair of our all-party parliamentary group and as an MP in her own right. We wish her the very best of luck, and we hope her bill gets through the committee stage and eventually through to royal assent. The fact we're even talking about the possibility is a phenomenal achievement, and it's only been possible by all of us pulling together in a spirit of collaboration ambition, and unwavering focus. And that sums up what today is all about. There are huge challenges we're all facing, and there's lots we can do to make the difference together, talking, collaborating. So when we listen to each other, when we work together, we can achieve so much as we prepare ourselves in the industry for the road ahead. I look forward to seeing many of you today, and I hope to be able to speak to as many people as possible. Please come and say hello.